I had a couple of bucks burning in my pocket, so I thought I'd get a tarp. This is a 10 by 13 tarp made by OUTAD. Let's set this guy up. Okay, so this is the tarp I have here. Like I said, it's the OUTAD tarp. It's a Chinese-made tarp. It is 10 by 13. I've got it set up in such a configuration, like a 10 by 10 tarp, because that extra 10 by 3 feet truly can get pretty unruly. So I found that the best way, if I want to set up this tarp in this configuration, is to bring in this. But what's really nice about this is it does kind of give you a little bit of a floor here. Now I think what I would have to do if I wanted to get myself a little bit more room back over here, because I will admit it does feel like this thing is kind of on top of my head right now, I think I may have to kind of bring in the sides a little bit, hoist the pole up just a little bit higher, and then pull the back out a little bit more to get a little bit more room. But nonetheless, it gives you an idea of how the tarp is set up here. There's certainly room for a couple of people in here. And like I said, depending on the configuration that you have it in and how you set it up, you could possibly even get a third in here. I did also want to show you guys something that I kind of, as I was fiddling with the tarp earlier last night when I was kind of practicing the setup and what have you. I want to show you guys how you can actually even create, I know that this kind of setup is known to not really be able to close the door, but you can kind of turn the two over and rehook them at the sides over here. And I believe you can probably do it from the inside of the tarp, but I want to go ahead and go outside real quick, unhook the lines, and then bring them underneath, and then show you guys with the camera here. So give me just 1 second. If you pull these things off of here, okay, these are the guide lines to the door, and you bring it in, go to the other side, and bring it in. What you're basically going to do is you're going to run the guide line underneath and bring it around to the other side now. Let me reset the tripod here. You want to loosen up your line, actually quite a bit. Yeah, see, I don't remember this having to go so quite far last night, so maybe I got it kind of set up a little bit differently. And that would explain some of the lack of room. But the basic idea is you hook the line to right here. Okay, so it goes across through the tarp, and you'll notice it kind of shuts one of the doors. Do the similar thing. So I'm going to show you guys from the outside first, and then I'm going to hop in there and see if I can actually swing this from the inside. Just kind of reaching my hand underneath. But again, loosen these up. Apparently as far as they will go. And oh man, that is a stretch. Alright, and hook it onto there. And then right there. So what that does, as you can see, it somewhat shuts the door on the tarp. And then if you kind of wanted to get a little bit more privacy, you could always unhook this, pull this stake out, tighten up this guy line right here. It looks like you may have to just spin it around a couple times on here. And just kind of press it down. But it allows kind of the tarp to be closed. Now granted, it doesn't give you full 100% protection. It does still allow the tarp to vent a little bit, but it definitely closes up the front. So what I want to try right now is I want to try to do that from the inside of the tarp, because if you can't do this from the inside of the tarp, really this is only good for when you leave the tarp and try to do a summit or something like that. So go ahead and unhook the two sides so I can get in. Okay. Alright, let's go into this guy. Alright. Set the tarp over there. And what would be kind of interesting to see is where these guidelines lay out and what kind of room is permitted once you're in here. Okay, so I can see the stake here. I can reach all the way in there. And there you go. I got one door secure right there. Follow the guy line all the way back to there. We'll grab this other guy and do something similar. Ooh. There you go. And that one's closed right there. And yeah, got yourself a little bit of privacy here in the tarp. And again, if you want to, you can move this out of the way to give yourself a little bit more room. There we go. There you go. Got plenty of space for one, that's for sure. Yeah, so it's not a bad little setup here. Again, like I said, I feel like I might have set this up possibly a little bit low. I think I could have probably done a better job of setting up, but you get the basic idea. Once you kind of set this up in such a fashion where the back is a little bit higher, it's not really quite on your head. I think you get a much better result as far as room is concerned in here. But yeah, the OUTAD tarp, pretty slick product. Okay, so I went ahead and I changed something real quick on the pitch of the tent. What I did is I brought the front door, I guess you can call them the wings in the front over here, a little bit closer, which allowed me to actually bring the pole up a little bit higher. So there you go. Now the thing doesn't look so like it's on top of your head. It actually gives a person some room in there. And again, they can push the pole out and out of the way too, to kind of give room for a couple of people in there to be able to sit up and do what they do. I want you guys also to see one other thing too. I added a rag up there on the top of my trekking pole, because this tarp does not have reinforced, I guess you can call it tie out points. So you gotta make sure you use something. I saw another guy online, he used a schmog. This, I just grabbed a microfiber towel from the garage. But basically any kind of material up there that will protect the tarp from any sort of wear and tear. Alrighty, so that is it. The OUTAD 10 by 13 tarp.
I've been replaced. Ooh, I've been replaced.